Hello. So I feel like, are you right?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was a little green light, but let my full face in front of the camera, which I don't want to do.
Right, let me just voice record it as well. So I think we should go around the table and just say who we are, the people. So I will go first. I'm Jasmine, I'm the chair of this Events and Tourism Working Group. You all know me anyway, so let's go around
My name's
this way.
Matt Smith, founder and trustee of North Horsham Play.
Wendy Murphy, Town Clerk, or Mary.
I'm Eric Seawood, Town Councillor, Chair of the Finance Committee and Chair of the Horsham Blue.
I'm Paul Robinson, associated with North Horsham Good Neighbours and the North Horsham Community Network.
Vice Chair, thank you. And Member of the Public.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I'm Helen Richardson, I'm the Town Councillor.
Hey.
And Bob Wright, councillor and town mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. So, apologies for absence. I've had official apologies from Colin Jury for the Christmas lights and fun day. Other than that, I've had no response from a few people, but they may well still turn up. We'll do declarations of interest. So, we've got areas of Horsham Bloom. Anyone else? Anything? Okay, yes. So we'll go on to approve the minutes from the last meeting. They were in the agenda pack. So, the minutes from the 9th of January. So I've been advised how we should be doing this is to say, page 1, does anyone have any amendments? No? Okay. Page 2, any amendments? And then page 3, any amendments? Perfect. I'll sign that. Okay. So,
First to accept that.
yes, that's fabulous. Thank you. Who is going to second that? Right, yeah. Actually, yeah, she went here.
Oh,
right?
awesome.
Okay.
You can say you look okay.
All in favour? Yeah. There we go. See, we've got a pro in this evening. Okay, so has everybody read the report? Do I need to skip through it, or have we all seen it? So just very quickly then, at the last town council meeting, it was agreed to join Nextdoor on Instagram to purchase a spread in Just Horsham. We've got a capped budget for the picnic party street feast in June. They discussed the access at Trackside to help us with events there. So the only things of note is basically I've applied for Nextdoor. We're now just about ready to go with that. Haven't done Instagram yet because I feel like one at a time is probably sensible. Yeah, and then the only other thing which we'll talk about it later, but it's the information leaflets. But I think we'll pick that up in a little while. So, does anyone have any questions here?
Well, simply, just through my own ignorance, it's the same date, right, for the first, as our meeting.
Yeah, so that's what I proposed from our meeting. I suppose it should have been more clear. So it's the meeting of the 28th of January, the full council meeting.
Okay,
So we had our recommendations that we discussed on the 9th, and then we put it to the full council on the 28th.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I'll make that more clear. That's fine.
On the page for Instagram,
Yes.
I do have a visit North Horsham page, which is putting pictures to encourage tourists.
Okay.
So I don't know whether maybe it could be merge it or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, a bit of hashtag North Horsham, isn't it?
I don't know whether you want me to discuss this, but I will be speaking to
Is it not Norfolk?
It is,
Is
yeah.
it, and we are going to recommend a big spread, a big advert, a come and do a big event here and promote North
But
Walsham.
in previous years, we've used their page to list all our events. So
This will be a big splash.
And that's okay, thank you.
Something that I'm looking into at the moment.
Okay. Anybody, anything else for that? No, okay. So, I've basically added in number 5, public forum, in case we had any extra members of the public come in, but we haven't got anybody. But does anyone have anything that's not on the agenda they would like to bring up now?
Did you want me to have you put it down, the thing we spoke about just before the start?
Which was that? No, you can talk about that now, that's, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, you go.
Right, for those who are interested, I've just got here, hot off the press, the very latest updated version of activities in North Walsham. This is all of them, adults, children, young people, families, got 10 pages. I reluctantly printed off because I know some people like to have it like this. It is available on the portal,
Okay.
so, but this seems to be, you know, quite a useful and
Has Wayne had a copy of that? Because obviously he does something similar in the town guide, which is now producing. I
yes,
think I know he had last year's
Yeah.
one, but
yeah.
Thank you.
For anyone who would like that, I mean, I haven't specifically mentioned it to him, but I
I'll
can
write a
supplement him.
well, if you could email him a copy.
Well, can you
email
email
us?
us? Email us a PDF and we can put it on our website.
Yeah.
Right,
Under
okay,
events.
yeah, fine.
Has anything been changed from the last one?
Oh, yes, yes. You
I'm happy with the electronic one if you want to say.
Okay, shall I just send that through?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, I'll distribute.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else? Anything off topic?
I suppose that's where I should say about the gate to.
Yes, yeah,
So we can have the whole town open sort of thing.
yeah, so
Especially
it's
for
gate.
picnic.
it's the
Well, there's
gate.
that big gate, and I'm thinking that might encourage people to go in and sit around in that.
In the
bit
back
there.
Swan Garden. Is that what you said?
Is that what it's called?
So I think that's NNDC.
So that bit there, which LNDC opened.
Yes.
Wondered if the big gates could be open.
Because then we could probably encourage people to bring like camping chairs or something, just.
We'd have to speak to NNDC about
Yes,
it.
it's their land, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it was just there for
Just got no
sort of
gates in
maintenance,
there.
because there was a gate there before, I think, but,
To no vehicles.
yeah. Or you can get into it easily enough, maybe, but,
Because I think it's a public trial period, I mean, it was put there to stop people on scooters and all the rest of it just driving through. We've had no experience of it so far as I'm aware.
They may say no, but we can try.
But we can try, you might want to talk to the police as well,
Okay.
just to see if there's been any difficulties and to the road.
I mean, it's fully open to the public anyway, isn't it? So it's not
Yeah.
creating a new space.
Yeah,
Just
but
the barrier.
that was, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
think the other side, that's
Yeah.
why the thing was put there. But it might be that the experience is that it's not leading to any vandalism or difficulties.
They may have.
Well, it's, I'm just thinking of picnic day.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
it'll be like open whatever time the picnics start and shut whatever time the picnic
Oh, right, so you have
shuts.
for Pacific events.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
So
sorry.
then
They
that's,
know that, they
so
know
then
that.
that's included then in.
Yes, yeah.
Right, well, I
We've
think
also got
yeah.
the precinct side as well, do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to,
I'm seeing my own tomorrow, so I'll ask him.
Right, yes.
but yeah, just for events.
Good.
Something special now, isn't it?
Okay, so if that's all the sort of extra bits, let's do item 6 then. So we think we should carry on being part of the other non-council events. So the carnival parade, I think, would be a good place to get into. What are suggestions for our entry? So I think James has said we could drive the truck.
We could, I could truck, well, not we, but he would drive the truck.
I don't wanna drive it.
But the gator or the,
Well,
the truck?
it's,
Gates
it's,
are nothing more fun.
it's the
Gator,
flatbed
it's
truck, so
The
it's like
gator
the
would
back.
be good, because
Yeah.
that's what we're training.
Yeah.
I think the gator would be quite nice, because it's a new piece of equipment that we can't even wave everybody. I can.
So I looked at some pictures of the last one because unfortunately I wasn't here for it last year. But there was basically like specialty cars, there was bikes, there was kids, there was like a procession of like children dressed up, things like that. So yeah, what do we think? What represents the council? I mean,
put the mayor on the gator then? Or do you have to sit at the front on some other?
In other years, when I've done it, I've been in the front in a Jeep, but we could be in the gator as well. In the previous year, the mayor at that time sat in a chair in the back of the truck, which is probably terribly illegal.
Yeah, talk about tractor, it'd be quite nice if the North Walsham Town Council tractor was included in the tractor. I mean, especially as James has just recently, that was a tractor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got a tractor license. So that would be quite nice, I'll speak to
Yeah.
people who do tractor. Sorry, go on.
yeah, no, that's fine.
But is there anything else that we can help them with financially? Is there any way that, because you've still got a long way to
Yeah.
make bridges?
Well, what I did, just very quickly, what I did ask for at the last full council meeting, which didn't really get discussed, I feel like you didn't know what it meant. My last item, because I've watched the video back because I couldn't be there, the last item was, what help is available, financial donations, etc., for other groups and charities from the town council. And that was, obviously, it wasn't read,
Well, we have a budget for giving grants and donations.
but there's a lack of information, I think. Having spoken to other
There's a
groups,
lack of information
they don't know
about
how
grants.
to get
They
it.
don't know how
They
to
don't
answer
know
it,
what it-
information on that.
Yeah, so if we could,
Can you remember how much is in that, Eric? Obviously, we've already got
Yeah,
something
that's
in
15,000.
Yeah.
terms of grants. I mean,
I mean, the Carnival Day is quite a big significant thing for North Walsham because the roads get shut. So it's not like we can turn around to them and go, oh, apply for a grant. I feel that there should be kind of,
well, I have spoken
halfway
about
meet.
costings about this, and what is the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the road closures, but the safety team.
traffic management.
Yes, traffic management. The company is gonna want nearly £5,000 to shut the road and do all of that. I haven't got the name off the top of my head.
company.
Yeah. But it's,
That's the rolling-
yes, that's the rolling road
That's
closure
been
for the
done
safety
For a
marshals.
couple of hours, half a day,
Yeah.
that's about the right price.
Yeah, and I think that's why it was a while.
£5,000,
Yeah.
Yes.
whereas the tractors can just,
Yes.
then we need more tractors, I think. £5,000.
But again, so that almost priced it out of happening because it's doubled from the previous year. Obviously, the cost of living and what have you, fees have just gone up. I don't know the details, but it's very expensive.
They aren't on the donation list that we put through for the budget for the North Walsham
Yeah,
Sunday, are they?
they haven't asked.
They've never asked
They've
for
not
any
asked
money.
for any money. I'd like to make that clear.
It's a
However,
shame he's not here because then we could have said.
yes,
you can
he
try.
has sent his apologies. So, but this is why I feel like we need something, I don't know, a sheet or something just to say, this is how you apply, this is the criteria, this, this is the type of
I
thing.
think you could put something on Facebook.
Yeah, but obviously I need some help writing that because I don't know the specifics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
So-
we've got finite funds, you can't give grants.
Oh yes, absolutely, but that's
Everyone,
why there
but
needs to be like a
yeah,
criteria
Yeah,
or
but an event
something.
like that, we should do.
Yeah.
I think, because it is quite a significant event. And it's, am I correct in saying historically that there's always been parades coming through it? Because when I went to,
I've lived here in the life, yeah.
when I was a little girl, there used to be big parades.
Yes.
I'm sure I saw the pictures when I was about 9 or 10. Church for the history of.
Yeah.
of-
Yeah, we like
I
a
was on the
procession,
plane.
we like a crusade,
Yeah, we love
parades, yeah.
Then we need to keep it going and we need support.
That's fine. So a couple of things.
Yes.
Obviously, as a charity that's tried to have a float in the past,
Yes.
it is very expensive. So I just maybe question the council to flip the gesture of being part of the procession on its head, and could you, under your insurance and with a grant, allow a couple of community groups that are in the town to have a float? Because there
As in sponsor them,
there are
kind of
tons,
thing.
yeah, still have all load of North Walsham Town Council all around it.
Mhm.
It's the insurance. It was going to cost us £600 for one day to have kids on a float.
Maybe we could offer the tractor and trailer for a charity.
Yeah. So rather than us
The only
being
range.
in it.
Would our insurance cover having people in the trailer? 'Cause it's
I'd have
it's
to
not
check.
designed to
I'd
accommodate
have to
kids.
check, but we could
Oh,
add
except
a little bit onto that. I don't want to see
People
how
in the
much
back,
it would
people in the
cost.
back of lorries is not very safe either, but they still do it.
But that's why the insurance is so much
Yeah,
to cover it.
yes.
Right, so I
can
actually
find out if
that was
don't
good.
know.
There's tons of
It's
community
the
groups that
gesture,
do
isn't
it.
Mm.
All the
Yeah,
schools,
seems
I
to be
think, would
what
get
puts them off,
it's
isn't it?
historically, there are karate groups, school groups, there are,
Well, yeah, you see, if we had an event that would come under our insurance, so everybody would be covered. But it's not an event, and there's always has been, I think, a bit of a,
But how
Rather
can
than
we
we call them-
get the two gels
well, if we
where
work together, then
they
yeah,
came
we'd
out?
But we're rebuilding bridges, little baby steps.
And am I correct to say that's come back to Colin Jerry, who runs that?
He does,
department?
Yes, yes.
Right.
if we work together and it was done together, then yeah, because we'd still have to have, we would monitor the risk and be there to monitor risk, but it could be worked together. I mean, the Christmas lights could be worked together.
Well,
Historically,
especially
it's
if
not
you
that.
take on the insurance and all that stuff, I mean, that's going to be.
But then we would want to, we'd need to be involved in the organising of it, because we wouldn't just offer that our insurance and not do anything to.
But if it's already been running and organising, all they need to do is similar to what this group does by going to the council, look, this is what we're doing, and because then that saves you
Yeah,
work.
there was
Somebody's already done the work.
There was a problem in the past with somebody using our insurance, and what they do,
But I think an event was effectively covered by our insurance.
our
but I
insurance
suspect
and
if it
things
happened-
weren't happening
I
correctly.
suspect if it had been an incident, it probably wasn't covered.
No.
So, yeah,
So
if
if
we-
it's our
Just talk
insurance, we
about
have to have the
things-
responsibility of organising it, helping organising it and
because
being there.
Because we'd be responsible for the risks. anyway.
Exactly, that would all come
And the
under
risks
my
will
bits,
come under the roads, toilets.
everything, we use our insurance.
Yeah, any injuries,
So I,
accidents,
but we would
any
want
of that.
complete control of being part of organising it.
Yeah, so I think this is gonna be a long-term thing, because obviously it's been running for some time, they're happy as it
There was
is.
sort- there was- that's what was-
Expertise.
That's what happened a long while ago, I believe, with all the events, and we did use our insurance, which makes sense, because we can use our insurance for all events, and that makes the event a lot easier to do, wouldn't it?
yes.
Because you wouldn't have to have no
No,
insurance.
there wasn't, no speak.
But we need to have an input and a control over that for risk.
Yeah. Well, if we were taking responsibility for the procession, that's a fairly discreet thing that we could look after, and then
But we need Colin's help
Yeah.
tremendously, because
Yeah,
he's got all the contacts and
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
and what have
Yeah,
you,
but that's
but we
different to
would need to
insurance.
have an involvement.
that's different to ensuring the event on the
yeah,
park.
the entire thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so from that
Something to
then,
explore.
yeah, so perhaps we can speak to Colin about maybe helping with just the procession part of it.
Just to start off with small steps.
Yeah. And
Especially when, by the sounds of it, a lot of the cost is.
that's a big cost, definitely, and,
And they do try hard to raise funds, so that there's
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
just
yeah.
giving pages, so
yeah,
I think anything you could do to support that.
okay.
I'm not speaking on behalf of
And
them at all.
probably
Yeah.
encourage,
I'm
the fundraising on the council website. So
Yes,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
encourage the GoFundMe page or whatever it is that they.
But either way, I think the council could help other groups be present
I
in,
like that,
which allows the procession to happen, allows you to be involved.
Right,
The
right.
ins and outs of that, I do not know. I think there's always, it's never an issue getting a lorry and a flatbed. They're always easy to get. The companies in the town are very happy to help.
Yeah.
It's then usually the scaffolding, the insurance and decorating of It's cost a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
It's
I
lots of money.
love that plan. So, in summary then, we'll try and speak to Colin about getting involved with the procession, and we will consider either sponsoring or providing some tractor and trailer and bits for some charities or some groups, yeah?
So we have the gator separately from the tractor and the trailer.
Yeah.
Do we describe it through, in the procession, we've got
It's got big flashing orange.
It's all branded now, it's got big orange flashing lights and, yeah.
so we don't need to have anything else particularly.
No, a lot of the stuff in there was just van,
Yeah.
vans with businesses on driving through, saying that we are here, so I think taking the gator through
Right,
would be fine. We could lightly decorate it with something, I don't know.
It is
With a tree on the top.
all branded ourselves.
Everything's all branded,
Has some
yeah.
Christmas lights.
right, okay.
Okay. Okay, fabulous. So let's move on then. Or,
The grants budget is
yes,
let's have a look, 25, 4,000,
4,000.
and the events is 15,000.
And again, if I may, just as a
Yeah.
member of the public at this point, and I won't know anyone else this, but historically, trying to access that 4,000 has been notoriously difficult with lots of setbacks.
That's why I think we should have like a sort of, you know, how to get a grant for dummies type document
Yeah.
where it sets out who can, who can't, what qualifies,
I'll
what
have a
doesn't.
look at that
There's
before
that
I
has
get
to
We
be
to
have
it.
managing expectation, that's 4,000
Absolutely.
for the whole
Yeah.
Absolutely,
year.
yeah.
I mean, small grants, it should be
750, isn't it?
750, which one?
Is that max per?
It's the
And
maximum
it
is
has to be for a
750.
specific thing.
Yeah, oh, could be
yeah.
wrong, yeah,
Yeah.
but it has been difficult.
That's-
The paperwork involved should not be very
No.
Okay, so that's definitely, we'll work on that one, yeah. Good. Okay, so moving on then, number 7 is the mini music festival. So I just wanted some thoughts and comments on the kind of layout, for this, because, I've had the quote for the PA, etc., to go in the bandstand. So we could have the bands in the bandstand, we could have the road closure for the day, we could set it all out with tables and chairs, etc. Do we want it all in one place? Do we want to try and spread it out? Do we want anything additional, like some stalls or any vendors? I mean, we do have coffee shops in town, we've got hot food in town, you know, do we need anything additional?
It's on a Saturday.
It's on
This is a Saturday, yeah. Because obviously we can speak to the businesses and say, we're doing this on a Saturday.
Have we got any music shops nearby that maybe sells?
I think they've all shut.
Yeah.
I think
What's
the
an
other
option?
one's disc and that, but that's just, that's not even music really. It's games and stuff.
Because if we get something like that, then they could probably have their stalls, because then they could probably bring a couple of instruments, you know, then you
Yeah.
could spread it about a bit, because
Yeah, it's, no, I think the music hut was the last one, that's now a community shop, yeah.
And I think the,
So-
actual venues needs to be one, because otherwise we've got multiple PAs to provide, haven't we?
Mm.
Maybe you could have buskers or something like that.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's good.
that's what I'm thinking. So the main sort of acts and what have you could be in the bandstand. We'd have the tables and chairs there, but then we could have someone perhaps in the like the Blackstone Garden, busker in that sort of area there.
Yeah.
We could have
Put
someone
someone in the
near
pheasants tower.
Catali, down
Yeah.
Churchyard.
there in the churchyard, because they would have to be not amplified. So they would just be acoustic, so the sound wouldn't bleed too much into each other.
At my previous council, I had one, they had I think it was a festival, music festival like that, and they had Morris dancers and things like that, but they had somebody doing something in one building, somebody doing something in another building, so that was a bit like that festival thing.
Yeah, I think
At different times, we had a
Yes,
time, so
yeah.
you can go to
Yeah.
somewhere
I'm
else.
sure Joe would do something at the Black Swan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
you might get something in the White Swan.
yeah. So I think
They are music venues already, aren't they?
yeah, if we can contact the sort of the venues, the pubs and stuff, and say we're doing this on this day, perhaps you could coincide something as well and see if we can get
And if the
them
weather,
to put. Yes.
if the weather was bad, I mean, I'd only talked with Joe Ballard because he'd probably open up the theatre rooms.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Um,
'cause I was gonna say, that was my other question, if the weather is bad, I know we talked previously about hiring like a sort of marquee type thing for the market.
What, big one?
Yeah, but then obviously that eats my budget for
But then if
entertainment.
we do have the buskers in certain places, where would they be allowed to go into, if they have like their designated pub to then go to and play inside, or is there,
No, like music licenses, don't they?
yeah, but they would be able to just, if the pub was,
With permission from the
Yeah.
club,
because
yeah,
then,
they could swap round each other.
But they
Yeah.
could arrange a boat, so couldn't you, and have busking pitches around town.
Yeah,
all
that's
around.
kind of what I was thinking, because is it Cromer that's got the busking festival? There's like there's 2 days.
this year,
I'm pretty sure it's Cromer every year because my husband played last year, and because they've got so much cafes, outside of nearly all the cafes there's a busking slot, and you get like 45 minutes, and then the next person comes and they just roll into each other all day for 2 days. So I kind of wanted to do a bit of that, plus our like main tent
Yeah.
kind of event.
North Walsham.
See if we can get the list from Cromer.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
Who does that? Yeah, I don't know.
Council does it.
I don't think it's the case, it's the,
I can
the folk,
speak to
it's the folk festival. It's something to do with them, I think. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was
Same
thinking.
plan, yeah, I think it's the same guy who done the Fit Festival in Aylsham,
Yeah,
I've got his contact.
Francis. So if that's agreeable, then that's what we're sort of aiming for, and I'll put a proposal together for full council. That sounds
with the budget.
good with the budget, yes.
You could call this Mini Music/Folk Festival, couldn't you?
Yeah, it depends what way we wanna go with music.
What sort of music you want?
Yeah,
And then it comes back to that garden again, doesn't it? Would that then be open in that big gate again?
Well, I
Because we
think
could use that area.
what we would do,
I mean, it's.
when we speak to NNDC, I think we would just ask for a key and say, these are our event dates, could we please just open it on?
Would you think about getting 8 more stances in or something like that?
What we could do, yeah, really nice, wouldn't they?
It's sort of the theme today.
Yeah, I
But
think,
the main actually thinking a bit more, not acoustically, but
yeah,
not sort of noisy, heavy kind of music, but more easy listening, if that's the right word.
yeah, I think, with the demographic of the town, I think we should go for like a nice couple of popular covers bands or something like that as the sort of headliners. However, I was talking with my musician husband about this, and I think, and he agrees, that we should try and give North Walsham talent a stage. So perhaps earlier in the day, we could talk to the high school, talk to the college, any emerging like,
They will have
you know,
bands, won't
kids
they?
bands kind of thing, could all be on first. And then if there's any other like local bands, they could come on before we then kind of go a bit further afield and
You haven't got a budget for this yet, have you?
not yet, because I want to know what we're doing before I can put a budget together. Because obviously the big bands do cost a lot of money, they'll be like £400, £500 for like a big band at least. But I mean, the smaller bands and stuff would probably be happy with £50 each for a set, or maybe £100, it depends, you know, who they are.
Well, I think
Their
the idea
experience.
is to have a couple of bigger bands and smaller ones. And
Yeah,
work out
you
the
need
budget.
really good bands, like
Absolutely.
Orange Night,
Exactly.
or like people like
Yeah.
that, and they cost about £4.50.
And then the buskers will
Yeah.
fill in.
Well, the
gaps.
buskers, to be honest, how they do it in Cromer, they don't get paid, but they get to keep what they make from busking.
Yeah.
So they just have a hand down, and that's their payment basically.
But they have a good couple of bands, I mean, that'd be quite nice to get, not Jethro, what's his name? That guy come in and do
Oh,
that.
Leon, whatever
Really
it is.
nice,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, well, we'll work on who the headliners will be. But that's kind of how I'm seeing this event. So we'll have buskers and sort of light entertainment around the town, maybe in the venues, and then have sort of a main event in the clock tower. But working up to that, I would like to give, you know, local some stage time, and then we'll kind of work up to the bigger bands. Does that sound?
Does the high school have a band?
I'm not sure. But
We've
when
got
I
the performing
was,
arts stuff there. But
Yeah.
it must have, I would have thought.
Preston College
when
has
I was
bands,
at
don't
Preston,
they?
they did music there, like one of my first boyfriends was in a band there, you know. So yeah, they must, yeah. So they must, you know, there must be kids in bands. And I know there's lots of guitar lessons going on and things, so you know, yeah.
You can speak to Barry, is it Barry Holland? Is it Barry?
Holden,
Holden, I
doing
know him quite,
live.
he's done the late last one, isn't he?
Yeah.
We can speak to him,
Yeah.
definitely, I know, I do know him.
And Wayne's very well connected, isn't he?
Yes.
He'll know, yeah,
They
bands
work
himself.
together, don't they?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, this is the thing, is I think, and don't get me wrong, I love Wayne, but he's very much had a monopoly over any musical events. So it would be nice to give other bands a chance as well. So, yeah, okay. All right, fabulous. So I will draw something up for that then.
So
Yes.
which of your events has got the 3,000?
That's the June, the mini, the Street Feast picnic party.
So you need to work out, you've got 15,000 to spend.
Yeah.
So you need to split that between your events,
Yeah.
but the car boots as well, because they might take, I don't know if they'll take much money, but
Yeah,
that's what you need
How
to.
much is car boots then?
Well, I don't know, but it's just in case we have to get new signs and things, we need to get new banners and stuff.
It was a free event. But
It's a free event, but just
Further off.
for, we had to get some new signs, and so you could put like banners and pans for half copies. And then it's staff costs, because staff have to do it, so you have to put your staff costs into it as well.
Is there any way with the car boots and stuff, of maybe getting a busker over there so then people can start getting to
Absolutely.
know? I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't have to just be one day in 1 year, does it? I mean,
No. I mean, we've had buskers down the market and stuff. I think it's just we need to sort of try and get a bit of a network of buskers. But if perhaps we do this event, then that people will know we're a busker-friendly place. Because I mean, people busk all over Broma all the time, but they have this 2-day event, and they know that that's
In
somewhere.
the past, we've had buskers at the Thursday and Sunday markets, but that's all died off a bit.
Yeah, so we can perhaps encourage
Can you
that.
nudge anybody in that
It'd be
direction?
quite nice to come to car, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
especially if they're there a coffee or an ice cream truck or whatever.
Yeah.
Have with it, do you know what I mean? It'd just be a nice little
okay, love that.
area to reflect on the
Mm.
bargains.
Okay, anything further for the music?
What dates are you looking at for the music festival?
That is
July.
19th of July, well done. Okay, so over to you then, we need to discuss the Easter egg
Oh,
business.
wow. So North Horsham Play are hosting the last Easter egg hunt under that title this year. So 2025 will be our last North Horsham Play Easter egg hunt. It is felt sort of at that point, times have changed, times have changed. It's more difficult to access grants now. Had a lot of kickback in the last few months as well from grant makers. It's been quite well documented on the EDP and Facebook and that the council are quite healthy in terms of their reserves. So in terms of the charitable aims of North Horsham Play, it's very difficult to ask everybody to put a pound in the bucket every time they see us for play equipment, which I think, to be fair, the council can do. So we will see through a couple of events, another couple of weeks' time in the egg hunt, and then we will be closing North Horsham Play down. So that process will go on. But going forward, we had a very brief email exchange, didn't we? It's not that they want to just walk away, and not the case. So the egg hunt has always been very, very successful, full stop. I don't think it's ever caused any issues, full stop. And I think it is a very affordable event for what we do in the space. So it's whether or not the council, I would still be happy to run it each year. And I'm sure that a team around me would continue to help in some guise, but I don't really want to have to fork out insurance for Matt Smith PLC, whatever it will be. I have to create some entity to do it if it could come under this banner, given that we've got a 9-year
So
track
what are
record.
the costs of running it?
So the costs of running it are the goodie bags, some of the entertainment, and other things. I think Tom over all that stuff will just sort itself out. So it very much depends on, but it's about £1,000 outlay, give or take. Yeah, give or take.
Same figure and charity.
No, the charity has that separate for everything each year. But it does bring in comfortably a lot more than that. You know, you would see 3,000 come back in or something like that. So it's a cash flow issue as well. It would be for me if it was for me to bankroll or myself. But I think that the system works, the ticket source system works, the community shop have always historically sold tickets on our behalf as well. There's never been an issue. There may be another community group that wants to come in and run that, and that's cool. But if they don't, and we want to carry it on, you know, I'm happy to take that on each year. But I guess under this remit, if at all possible, I'll do the risk assessment, which I do. I've got an event management plan. It's all there. It's just it won't say no portion plan on the posters, I guess. And the money will either come back to yourselves, or go to the mayor's charity, or go towards future events, or charity.
Or we could just make half the price.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which would make it more affordable. for
Absolutely.
families anyway.
You could do it for free.
Well, we
You
can
know,
do it for
ticketed
free
event,
and give a donation.
You know, ticketed event that's free. You'd have to cap the number because you have a plan.
Yeah.
You know, when we purchase tickets, we capture dietary requirements, and it's quite complex nowadays, dietary requirements, and you don't want a child to miss out. And
So do you do that on Eventbrite?
we use Ticket Source just because they give Ticket Sources pretty much free for charities. Yeah.
So we could do that actually under our own charity, because we've got charity there, so we could do that. Still ticket source, but we could use that ticket source for when you do your wellness, even though it could be free, because I've just applied for something that's free. But then you wouldn't know how many people you're expecting, and you could cater for it.
Yeah.
And communicate with them.
Yes.
Leading up to post events.
But your expertise of doing it, would you still enjoy, would you still want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
The band still do
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think you're going to be slightly irreplaceable.
But in business, if you're going to make a loss, you're going to make it quick and move on. And I just think we've had a bit of kickback recently. I think there's some, and it's not a criticism of any, and when we go public with our message, it won't be critical of anything or anyone. There won't be nothing. We've never done that. But you've got local businesses saying, "Well, I'm not going to go in the programme this year because the council are okay. They've got that." And that is true, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is true.
I can't fight truth. But also I can't really go to some of these big companies because when they do the due diligence, it's out there, it's in the ether, and that's okay. That's okay. What money we have in our charitable account, the constitution states it will come to the council. We'd ask for it to be ring fenced for the project we're raising money for Woodville or the Memorial Park, whatever. But it needs to be ring fenced. So not a single penny that anybody's given us will not be used for what it's intended for. But the chances of us raising the 150, 160, 180,000 that we need are pretty slim in the current climate, I would say. So celebrate what we've done, close it, move on, and not dwell on it too much. It's a bit, but it is what it is. But Easter egg hunt, happy to carry on. There'll be the other question around the yard sale. We've worked on that over the years.
Yeah.
That is something we will now not be doing this year under the abortion plan. That will be beyond our.
So there's not one this year,
Well, there is one,
but it's the last.
but no, there is one, but I've had to put the brakes on it because we won't exist as an entity to run it.
When are you stopping?
Our financial year goes to the 30th of June, so we won't want to go beyond that because I'll be perfectly honest, I don't want to have to do another set of accounts. So I need to finish this year. So egg hunt, finish, and then tidy up the accounts, pay all our debts that are on them, and go through the way.
When do you do your yard sale?
So that's the first Sunday in July, because there's something on every other. There's something on. It's the only sort of one that works before the summer holidays because there's something on every other. So there is that thrown up in the air. I can't talk for the company that sponsors the yard sale and has done for several years, but they may still wish to. There's no outlay with the yard sale other than time. Again, they're all booked on Ticket Source again, or the yards are booked, and then you do a data export of house number and postcode, dump it into Google Maps, and it plots them all on the map for you.
Make it sound so easy.
It is easy. Isn't it, Paul?
If we just thought you'd have to help us do it.
Absolutely, as long as you're on the end of the phone.
But you know, so we've always tried to do stuff that's just tried and tested.
Absolutely.
So-
So if we took this to full council and got it agreed that we could take over, would we be able to do it this year, or is there not enough time?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Okay.
So could you provide a sort of basic costs breakdown of, you know, expenses and profit, whatever, and then we can judge from that. how we want to go.
Absolutely.
Is that right, Eric?
Well, yeah.
Mr. Finance Man?
I mean, but,
I mean, essentially, it's self-financing, isn't it? So,
self-financing, I mean, the main thing is that in terms of the technology involved, whether the staff would just be part of the company.
Yes, I've got, yeah, it's not, yeah.
Not gone.
No, not at all, and that's why it's not going to become, it's one of those posts when we put it online that we're going to close, we'll be turning comments off. Because, I don't need to turn, it is what it is, we've made our decision, we'll have a little party to thank everybody that's been involved, and that will be that, but it just kind of, I'm not going to keep getting kickbacks and grants, it's hard as
It's hard when you have to
Yeah,
apply,
when
because
you-
it's hard enough to apply.
when you've
for.
not had the kickbacks,
Yeah.
that's the thing, but things
That's the
change.
trouble, isn't it?
COVID's changed things, and, so it is what it
You
is.
know, I don't believe grants are getting hard to get.
Yeah. Yeah, but the
Bit
egg
of an
hunt,
error now, isn't it?
it is, but there's a good legacy.
Yeah.
It's not like just events that happen and go. There is £600,000 worth of concrete, metal and safety surface in the town that weren't here before we started 9 years
You
ago.
definitely lift your mark.
Absolutely, but yeah.
I mean, in terms of play facilities and park, we've probably got the best in
Yeah.
the north.
I just think more Memorial Park, and the older people,
Yeah.
the older ones. need
Yeah.
something, don't they?
I just think, I know you're too modest, but I think we ought to all thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I was
for
gonna
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
thank
what
you
you've
very
done over
much.
the years, because
Absolutely.
it's been tremendous.
It's a team effort, but it's probably the right time.
Yeah.
And the council, though, is that, if I've read everything correct and been in meetings, there's some money there, but things can progress nicely if that's a priority for the town, and that's cool as well. The design work's done, the consultation work's done, so it's there.
And you're not finishing here either, are you?
No, I'm here now, aren't I? Yeah, and the egg hunt's there and everything, so, and there'll be there's other things I'd like to explore in that, and the chat, we've had a good charity in that before, so, again, and, hopefully when I walk around town, it's not hundreds now, it's, up that. But you don't know, do you, what people say? But yeah, so the proposal is if the council want to take it under their remit, then I think a few others around myself, and I can't talk for Poppies, but I'm sure that facility would probably be available as well. We could run in pretty much, possibly most people wouldn't even know it's changed.
So if we were going to do that, that would need to be discussed at the next meeting, which only a week and a bit away, isn't it? So.
For the yard sale.
No, this year's their cunt is North Oxford.
I thought you were talking about us taking on the egg.
No,
not
next
yet.
year.
We've got time.
We've got time, I think.
Oh, that's what I thought.
But when is Easter, so that will have to come in?
The sooner the better,
Yes.
because it's very early, you have to order Easter eggs very early.
That's fine. That's why I put it immediately I heard. I was like,
It's,
right, let's get that.
But what we need to put on, the agenda for council is the yard sale. Because we're going to
Yes.
start working on that.
Yeah,
That's
that's fine.
then, I don't want to be
Let's
offended
make
if
that on.
the council don't wish to do it, that's cool, but
I
it's,
think the yard sale's quite good.
there, and it brings the
People love
town.
People love it.
It's a relatively straightforward one to arrange, isn't it?
Yeah, having an estate agent, as you may
Yeah,
live
the usual
for
boards,
the
don't you?
boards, I don't want to talk for them, but, they've always enjoyed doing it.
The yard sellers where they've got all their bits and pieces.
Yeah, out the front, all on the same day, and then
Do you,
everybody
is
goes
it
round.
still as busy because the carpet folks are getting
Yeah,
busier?
we didn't think it would be, but we had, at its peak last year, we had 600 people looking at the map at one point in time. So
How many people were?
we had 155 officially,
There's lots of
and there's a lot unofficially, and that's okay, isn't it? That's what happens, that's okay, but 155 officially.
And how much is the store?
It was
how much
only
is
£3
it?
to get on the
£3.
map.
Battle Road takes on a different feel than that, so.
But I'll tell you what, it's a lovely thing to go, so I've got a 5-year-old, and on that day, we
Who
walk
knows?
round, she gets
Yeah.
plenty bits, she might get
Explore
some
bits of town you haven't
clothes.
seen before.
Exactly.
And again,
It's
I
not
can't
a
talk
family
for the news agents that have been involved, but they've always sold the maps.
thing.
I sell maps online via an instant download site for £1. So
Yeah.
you get all the,
Gosh, you don't have to help us.
Yeah.
Right, but the beauty is you've got this building open every morning, so people can come here and buy the maps. You know, that's what I didn't have, I don't have that. So.
Okay,
It's good.
lovely, okay. Okay, so,
I
right, you're fine, this is, we were discussing
Yes,
this.
definitely, yeah.
That's that
I don't think it runs smoothly, like you say, nobody will know us, and then you know you've
Yeah.
done the bridge quite.
When is your regular clock? We have to come to that.
Saturday the 19th, Easter Saturday. We've
But
got
right.
Star Wars characters, we've got Donkeys for Wellbeing,
Okay, yeah.
we've got Bert's Magic Kingdom coming with animals, and we've got a circus coming as well. So we've got all that, all included in the ticket price.
My daughter's very excited already, very
Is
excited.
that half time?
Yes, I got
So is that all to do with
all
all
at the
the?
Memorial Park, yeah. 500 Easter eggs all in my cupboard, ready.
And when do you need me to come to sort the risk assessment? The night before or before 9:30?
Yeah, about 9, we usually have a huddle at 9. Huddle at 9, we just wait, we usually, we're sort of having our risk assessment chat when the park run is going round us.
Okay, I'll be there.
That's
No,
exactly what we do.
So is there a tombola thing as well, is
There is a tombola, Mary's already signed you up. Yes. Eric's our tombola king. It's on his Facebook. So it's
there?
another
My dear wife gets me.
Do you need to use any of the marquees?
No, we're pretty good. They're all, yeah, it's all good.
So what will happen with all the markets? Do you buy them in then or borrow them?
Or, yeah, and obviously when our charity disbands, I've reached out to a few people, so we've got quite a bit of stuff. Tea urns and this,
That
that,
you want
and
us to
so on.
wear?
Well,
Or whatever?
gift groups that want stuff.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we don't want to, we've got a big lock up at the moment, we don't want to see all that.
Got a big urn, because who keeps going on about having teas and coffees here when there's meetings on?
We're not having teas and coffees when there's meetings.
It's a formal meeting.
Okay, moving on.
It says groups
Was
like
controversial.
This is a working group, I would not do it with a formal meeting. No. Okay, so moving on. So, to discuss avenues for promotion of North Walsham as a tourism hub. So, we've got these leaflets, which we're going to print some more of. They've got car parking, where we are, a bit about historic North
They're
Walsham.
the new ones, not previously.
Well, that's last year as well.
Yeah.
Well, we ordered 10,000 of them last time. Do we still need 10,000? Are we still going to send them out to
That's
that?
last year's.
Well, last year I think we kept 1,000 or 2,000 back to distribute to like Beechwood and places
Yes.
here, but the bulk of it went to distributors who put them in bed and breakfast and tourist information and stuff around the area.
Do you do that every year?
And for the past 3, I think.
We wanted to do it again this year.
Yeah, but it's basically aimed at people from out, to bring people in here, so someone's on holiday and sees a leaflet and thinks it's worth a look.
That's fine. I didn't know if you'd done it every year, but
Yeah.
because we said more, we haven't got any left, so.
No.
Okay, so we're basically, we're due to order some more of these, but
Does it have to, sorry, does it have to be approved by full council, or we just can't do it? Because we don't have an M9 anymore, do we?
No, yeah, I suppose that needs to be approved by full council,
Put it on the agenda for full
Yeah.
council.
and the distribution cost as well, isn't it, which
Yeah.
we've got.
Would that be the design that needs to be approved, or?
No, the design's already done, because
Yes,
it's the
it's
same
just-
design, it's just an updated map.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that needs to be done fairly soon, because they start distributing March, I think, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time-
that was like
time.
this time of year that we done it last year. One of the first jobs we've done, so.
Okay.
So we'll get that on the full council agenda.
Mhm.
So other than these leaflets then, do we have any other ideas on how to bring tourists
Well,
into?
I said I was going to do a big event thing for
Yes.
Visit.
Yeah, visit
What is it called?
North
Visit
Walsham.
North Norfolk. I've got details of somebody who will come and help us do
So
that.
what are
Probably
they
have to
proposing
pay.
doing, have you a feature on their
A
website?
feature,
Yeah.
a feature
I
on
mean,
the
there is a
website.
North Walsham page on there, so it's.
Really done one, I think, not so long ago. I mean, these Lucy Shires has spoken to me about it. There will be a charge, but a proper promotional
Yeah.
thing that we do for a charge. So leave it with me.
Okay.
Because we've got the places around, we've got the members that come in as well, haven't we? So it's.
Okay.
Can I just be a negative Nelly?
Please do.
Is this is design's done, is it?
This is last year's.
Yeah, I'm just sort of thinking,
Yeah.
I don't know if we're promoting the right bits of the town. It'd just be
I
my,
haven't looked to
like
be
the bus
fair.
interchange, like the skate park, just sort of thinking
Yeah.
about the bus interchange skate park,
Mhm.
what day your markets is on.
What is
The
this?
car
That's-
parks, the car parks, are they?
Car parks are on, but there's
Yeah.
no name to it.
Yeah.
I can't think of that.
Toilets are not on.
Toilets,
Yeah.
do you think? More like that then, do you think? I don't know.
Yeah, but with the bus interchange, I would probably put like the skate park on.
Yeah.
I don't know, like where
Yeah,
the
this
markets
is a bit
are,
empty.
where the
Yeah.
markets are.
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends what it's
More
trying to
loyal,
achieve.
Yeah, well,
You've got the,
it's,
have you got the
yeah,
Ramblers Walk and Weavers Way and
yeah,
everything?
it's got the walks on there.
That has.
But the design we can fiddle with.
Yeah, we can play with it.
That's not-
Yeah, I just think with the maps we've purchased for the boards, is that the map that's going to go in? So
Well,
it's
it
a
could be that man.
Because if
couldn't
it was-
it?
No, this is more
For
a bigger
walkers.
area for walks and things, rather than being the map of the town.
Yeah, it does say
Ramblers.
not auction though, doesn't
They
it?
turn past my house, they're already started.
Yeah.
You get groups of like 20, 30.
Yeah.
They're all,
Real with Agreed as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Obviously, we had a bigger,
Yeah, come off
we
the
could
train.
have the town
Yeah.
centre map as well, couldn't we? But it's,
I just think the market's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep that going. Do we need to promote that? The skate park is exceptional. I'm not
Yeah.
saying just because I'm involved in that, but
no,
what
Yeah.
the bus interchange is on there. That's
Is
you know,
our skate park inclusive?
it's inclusive in as much as the mez for the platform is, but the bar isn't. But it's a bit like any police and play park. You can never make a swing inclusive. You can never make a slide inclusive. You can only make elements inclusive.
Yeah, it's just that flat bit then, isn't
The
it?
mezes, yeah, the bowl is.
Unless you get one hell of a dude that can do.
Absolutely,
in a
yeah,
wheelchair,
somebody in
then-
a wheelchair, you know,
Yeah.
this is fantastic. That was all I was just thinking,
Yeah.
well, you have the market, we can get the
Yeah.
markets into this.
the farmers markets, the car boots.
Yeah.
That what you want to be,
Around it, look.
Yeah, well,
if it's not too late.
design then.
But if
No,
it's too late,
not
ignore
too
it,
late.
just
Not
ignore what's
at all.
that.
That's why I've brought it,
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
found an example.
You know, and you could be really, the fun day that day won't change, and that's a big event,
Yeah.
visiting fun fair, a couple of those things.
Oh, is that you? Okay.
Eric's tombola could go on there.
Just mention Eric.
Yeah.
We'll take Nelson off and put Eric on.
Chairman, can you please move on?
Yes,
Are we
no, sorry,
doing, are we doing these cards again?
Yes, so I think we were discussing it today. I think we're going to do some similar of these cards, but obviously the street feasts aren't happening like they have done. We're not doing multiple of the same thing, so we'll just have like an events column with our proposed events on. But I think these are pretty helpful, but I do think we ordered far too many of them last year, so we need to just
Yeah.
We ordered
conscious of-
5,000, I just think we've ordered like a couple of thousand.
because they
I mean, later on in the year, can you reorder another couple thousand if need
Well, we all the evidence in this year.
Yeah,
So we
so-
came out, so I took them out loads of the pubs and areas, but, and they were meant to be on people's market stalls, but we've had them at car boots and all sorts, but, yeah. we
Yeah, well,
do.
they can go to the tourism information as well, can't we?
Yeah.
Oh, there's many of those left now.
No, it's not, no.
But do we think we should maybe add on to this, these big events like the Easter egg hunt, the fun day,
Yes.
things that are always
Beer
beer
festival,
festival, stuff
yeah,
that's
those
always the
big
same,
events.
the big
Yeah,
events.
definitely.
The only trouble is they're not our events.
But
That's
if we
why
have,
I
if
said
we
so.
have a
That's still the
section,
tourism side. They
yeah,
are bringing people in.
yeah.
That's why it wasn't on there before, wasn't it, because they're not our events.
But can't we go to those people and say, we're putting this out, would you like to have that on there? It's a big event in town, you know?
Because they might do, because we do have an events page on our website now, don't we?
I
So
can't
they might
recall where
do.
that QR code takes you to, whether it was the markets page towards the events calendar.
No one called it. Don't know, if we'll find out, somebody do it.
Keep the town alive, we need
I think we should, and also, we
We
talked
can
about
do.
this in a
And we can
previous
put-
meeting.
other people.
We've also got
And that's why I was trying to
as well,
I know they had
that needs to be kind of,
Well, the stuff that always has the same date,
that
we
takes you
can
to
put
the
on there.
markets page, but we could have two on here maybe, the one that takes you to the events page and the
Yeah.
one that takes you to the thingy, and then we wouldn't have to put.
We could have a markets half
Well, then I
and an
suppose-
events half of the
You
postcard.
can make it bigger,
I
yeah.
suppose the dates that don't change, the dates that do change with certain, other events, maybe
Bit
that's
of a
left for the
Yeah.
website with the
But
QR.
they're not going to change this year, are they?
No,
This card-
exactly,
This card is
so
only for
this
this
is
year.
just for this year. So would we need to get that agreed at full council to have additional people on there, or is that, yeah?
And then
I'm
we
gonna
would
have a
follow
busy
us on
week.
Facebook at Markets, we don't use that anymore, do we? Use the Markets Facebook? Not so much so, do we?
Well, it's there.
It's there,
Yeah. Yeah, it's markets, we should follow that, yeah.
Okay, so I will.
Well, it's
fresh
quite
design then
quickly
to,
Our thingy meeting, we've got to get the agenda out next week, so.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so anybody has got anything else? So we've got a sort of larger leaflet with a map, we've got our sort of events and markets. Well, we're gonna add in some big events that happen every year. Is there anything else anyone else wants to bring up
Just reminds
right
me,
now?
getting rented, if we're going to be in the carnival procession, we've got somebody on the side of the gate
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
north.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
And you can always use it in the shop as well.
To be fair, I think most of the pubs and the shops and stuff have all
Yeah,
have
we do
have them, so
So we could
yeah.
have them at they're done by Easter egg, I think. Should make that.
Yeah, absolutely, put them in a goodie bag.
Oh, yeah, we could.
We've got a programme, you could have whatever it is on Tuesday night.
A bit more aimed at the North Walsham events.
Yeah.
25, which includes markets and events.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, I'm happy, as long as I've got these the day before, we make the goodie bags up on the day, so yeah, it's fine.
Fabulous, let me write that down then, it's
Things
committed.
in school bags.
Easter
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah.
What do you put in these goodie bags?
They're
Usually you have a
good.
big egg, a small egg, some chocolates, a set of Easter stickers and something else. They're good goodie bags.
Yeah, kids love them, Sal's
Yeah.
always enjoyed it, so.
Can I have something too?
I don't think, we don't often have a lot left, but. They go, no, it's making them up in the morning, that's the tricky thing, but it's all good
If
fun.
the weather's good, there's a lot of people get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yes.
popular.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so anything else on tourism for now? I feel like this will probably be wedged into every agenda just because if anyone has any
Yeah,
ideas. Okay, so let's go to number 10, discuss further proposals. So that is basically to flesh out more ideas for the other two things that we haven't talked about yet. So we talked about the mini music festival. So I'd like to quickly talk about the Wellbeing Festival, if anyone has any further thoughts on that at all. So my thinking was still that we would have it at Memorial Park. I was hoping to have a section for vendors, I was hoping to have a couple of sections for like the doing stuff, so maybe like some yoga, some dancing, something like that. Some sort of fitnessy things, we could have a food demonstration maybe, we could have some sound healing and that sort of thing. Yeah, any further thoughts?
What about, something like a drumming circle, things like that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I need feedback on is how to lay it out on the field. Do we need big marquees? Are we gonna do it like little gazebos? You know, how, like, mechanically, how is it gonna? It would be lovely if she could have some because she's done things like this previously.
Traders, it would be better to be in a marquee, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of little ones, probably, particularly if the weather's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a traders marquee and a performance marquee, if you like, would be
Yeah, just how, just get
the, there you go.
marking in,
Yeah.
and they have the craft stalls, you know, you can get about 10 craft stalls and I think.
was there any more thought about the community centre? Possibly having that as a,
I think we talked about the atrium.
Yeah, I thought the
But I've
Yeah.
really struggled to try and get hold of anybody there. They don't answer emails, the phone number doesn't work, so I mean, if anyone's got contact for me, please.
It's nice, it's good, isn't it?
Is she?
it's a great venue, but it's quite remote and not everyone in town knows it even exists, do they? So the park would be,
Yeah, well, I
best
kind of
place
thought
to
the park also because it's ours, also because, I mean, my idea was based off of the Norwich Yoga Festival, which is in a big field.
Yeah.
Kind of gives it that festival
Quite
vibe.
nice sort of
When is the
place.
festival, sorry?
August. It's August the 16th Saturday.
Well,
Yeah.
that would probably be quite nice then.
That's why I
Yeah.
picked it, yeah. The weather should be nice in August.
I'm
my
not putting
goodness.
a tenner on it. They're right here.
Healthy North Motion involved or approach?
No, not yet, but that is an excellent suggestion.
I mean, they might better bring in, sort of what's known in contacts, but
Yeah.
also some resources.
Because what I would really like, I mean, this year's will probably be a scaled down version of what I'm envisioning, but I'm hoping that once we can get it going year by year, it will grow into a big thing and we can take the whole field and make it massive. And I'd love people to have some mental health people there, maybe some support.
Mind might have a stall there, might
Mind, you could get some counsellors in there, you could go all sort of energy stuff, you could have your Reiki, shiatsu massage, you could have all of that. You could then have your activity stuff, so yoga, Pilates, dancing, fitness, whatever.
I don't know, councillors could have a stall and do a surgery.
Could do. We could have a healthy eating, tent where people learn how to prepare something like nice and healthy to eat, and then go away and eat it.
Maybe a soft
A
textile.
sensory
Yeah.
tent,
You might need a sensory tent.
we can absolutely
Yeah,
cater.
open hand sensory tent.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at this year's smaller scale one,
Yes,
starting one,
yes,
obviously there's costing marquees,
absolutely.
traders will pay a fee, but
Yeah.
the people doing yoga and dance and all that, would they be people we'd have to pay, presumably?
I feel like anybody you ask to do stuff should be asked for free. It's their business.
Of course, yeah.
So I feel like with the musicians and anybody else, any entertainers, you expect to pay people for their
Yes, yeah.
time.
Would you make a small charge then to come in?
Well, that depends, because if we were to ticket it, you could make a small charge, for
But then you'd
wristband
have
or
to-
something, but
yeah,
then you'd have to
you'd have
have
to
someone
control
to patrol it, etc. And also the whole point of this is to make this accessible
Yes,
for
for
people who
everyone.
can't afford it.
Yeah, before it's been
that's
free
really
events.
important.
Yeah, I mean,
So this will cost you like,
this will be my expensive
I
event,
think,
basically.
talking about like maybe a couple of 7,000 or something.
This is going to be my expensive one, I think.
Coming back to what you said about the tents that you will have, is there no way we can tap into those tents?
Yeah, they're only small, 3x3s.
Yeah, we're
I assume you're talking about quite big.
Yeah.
They're very expensive because
I
we were
have
looking
got-
for one.
Access to big tents.
Yeah.
I also think if you have people who are doing like
For 50 quid,
Reiki
something
or
like
something
that.
like that,
Mm.
they're probably better off in their own space.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
they
Well,
probably
when-
have their own gazebo
when
and
we
that sort of things. They're going to
Or
want,
within the parking?
yeah, or
next to.
outside, like next to, because they're going to want their own space and not
Have
be in a
they-
big space with lots of things going on.
Yeah, having had it at the Norwich Yoga Festival, was basically they had the big marquees as the sort of activity tents. So they had 5 of those, and like 12 o'clock there was this going on there, and then at 1 o'clock the next thing came on in all the tents. They had a big main stage, but they had like a bank of gazebos
Yeah.
for these kind of treatments where they
Yeah.
can kind of shut the thing up a bit of privacy while you get your massage or your Reiki or whatever you're doing. And then they had another bank of like vendors selling lovely hippie clothes and crystals and stuff like that. So, we could have the marquee for the stuff that needs to be inside, but the other things could be little 3x3 gazebos, I think.
Yeah.
And then the vendors, the traders would bring their own.
Gazebos. Yeah.
So really, I think the only big tents we would need is to cover people doing the activities.
That reminds me a bit like Worcester Festival where they've got the gazebos along the edges and things like that. That people brought down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bit
no, I
like
mean,
that.
I know the woman who organises the Worcester
Yeah.
Festival, and I know people who we can get big marquees from and small marquees.
Yeah.
What does the larger marquee tend to cost then?
I can get a big marquee for about 75 quid.
How big a one are you talking about?
One that you can get about 6 or 7 craft stalls in.
So yeah,
And then there's the cost of people paying putting it up.
Well, I can't, I'm posting, yeah.
Oh, right, okay, I obviously still.
Would you need something bigger than that for the activity?
well, it depends, because in all honesty, I don't know the uptake that people
Yes,
will come, because it's a new thing.
Yeah, it needs a lot of promotion.
People
Yeah.
will be like, oh my goodness, what the hell is that? What do I do? They'll just want to come and look. They
So
won't
actually,
necessarily want to.
The budget for this needs to include quite a lot of publicity, really,
Yes.
locally in Norwich and
Yes, all
local
around
radio or
everywhere.
whatever.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing really like this side of Norwich. I mean, they do stuff at Norwich, they do stuff further inland, but there's not really this kind of well-being
But
in
yeah,
a big
we need
scale.
to- And you know where to, but you can get it like in the EDP and things
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, these marquees come from Marshall Town Council, I think I've 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, I got a quote for my last marquee on the park, that was at £4,500 for a day, I was 8 keel over. Didn't do my lot being any good.
The one that we had, on the recreation, like that 8 to 10 stalls in it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that makes me feel better, because I was expecting like £3,000 for a big marquee.
I got about 2 big ones.
Yeah.
And then where like Clark Colton, they've got another big marquee that they hire out for 50 quid.
Yeah, so that's big, that's what
Yeah.
non-commercial rates.
Your thing, that would be like coming under the council again and getting the marquees that way, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, we never paid for, we just attached them
Yeah.
differently, so we don't need them, but yeah, things are not cheap,
No.
things are not cheap,
Then the same cost to shut the roofs down.
yeah, things are not cheap.
Shut the roofs down for an event,
Yes.
it's 6
Yes.
quid, yeah.
There are some people who do quite a lot, particularly
That's
in
that's the
old people's homes or
People-
residential
people
homes.
Yeah.
Standing
And
in
those were
traffic.
quite, when we did
Same
have
Josh.
some big bash, they were quite an attraction to dogs and
Yeah,
animals in that therapeutic role.
like the donkeys for wellbeing.
Miniature
That,
dogs for
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's
And
llamas,
have
there's
those
dogs,
dogs, don't
there's,
they?
yeah. So yeah, I think that would definitely, I mean, I don't know if you've seen them, but it's like
Dogs.
puppy cuddle tents. You
Yeah.
go in and you just like licked to death by puppies. Like
Oh,
amazing. Yeah, but we could definitely have something like that, and because it would be on the park, like
Yeah.
it would be
You know,
over
it
there.
broadens out the attractions.
Yeah, absolutely. So no, I love that idea. Thank you.
Actually, the chicken, can you do the same with the chicken?
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
because they do pee.
I mean, we start small and progress.
Yes.
I'll start off
So-
with one this year.
I've heard the chickens at KFC
So,
bar.
Yeah, we'll start.
It's fine for every chicken.
So, you're going to meet on bone and put some cost to it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's rein this in a little bit. So,
You can't do the Norfolk show this year.
so the track side of it. Does anyone have anything extra to say
I've
about?
lost my days and that, because that was sort of my
It
baby.
was,
wasn't it?
absolutely. I'm
It's
just
nice
promoting
to you
it.
about the trackside,
Absolutely.
the skate park.
Yeah.
So I would like to have it as a kids mini rave thing.
Yeah.
So they have glow sticks in the dark. They have their own where they can DJ, make DJ things. But we have to be a bit careful about what things we can have.
What they
There's
mix
a lot
on,
of mixing. There's lots of railroads. And
Yeah.
stuff. We get the police involved, get the schools involved. Do some. I wanted to see if we could do some graffiti.
Well, we still can, can't we?
On the, I have to ask council, I wanted to, because the skate park was graffitied, I think it'd be quite nice to be graffitied all over and then it's all done.
But then that's
nicely.
one in the schools and the college.
That's involved in the schools, so we don't get horrible graffiti, we
Yeah,
just
it's
get
nice.
nice
Yeah.
graffiti.
Yeah.
We would get proper graffiti artists.
That's not going to be graffitied on top.
Yeah.
That's the one established.
Oh, no, because
Oh, yeah.
because when I was doing something before where I worked, if kids do the graffiti, they look after it and they won't let anybody else touch it because that's their baby.
Yeah.
And they won't, they design it, they'll look after it.
artists in to make sure it's top notch.
But what we need to have is like a public consultation with them, and have a, I like an open day, Erin, just say, please come tell us what you'd like to do, with this is the event, this is for you.
You could turn it into competition with the designs.
Yeah, could do.
And then the consultation could be people coming in and saying which one that they would like to have.
Having some music down there, I mean, it's not, not loud music, but it's not, it's away from the houses and such.
As I say, got
There's some on the other side of the bypass.
But it's
You
aimed-
do complain
It's
about
aimed
skateboard
at
bicycles.
children and young people, so it wouldn't be late into the night anyway,
No.
because
It'd be the afternoon and.
it would be like a late afternoon tea time,
Yeah,
early evening kind of thing, finish at
Finish at
like
9 or something.
8 or 9 or something,
Yeah.
yeah, it's bedtime.
Could the police come, and I just thought, you could see if the police, if you could get somebody that tags their bikes and things like that, you know, so that they think if they get pinched, that they know where to do
Yeah.
them, you know, and things like that. Get the schools involved.
Yeah, you probably get one of the local, we were looking at some of this some years ago, a couple of skateboard shops in Norwich are happy to come along and do like free maintenance.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know,
Yeah.
skateboards can be very dangerous if the axles have gone. and they
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
it's sort of
and
a bit
just
of
get,
wax,
Someone like
lots of wax.
like
a
display.
display. I know a professional skateboarder and I know a semi-professional skateboarder.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at doing the skate park in Amersham, there's Max Ford.
Yeah,
No, Max?
he was involved, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then his brother's a professional one, isn't he?
Yes,
I
yeah.
do know him.
They've got some very good local skateboards.
Yeah.
Local
Seriously,
skateboarders, so we could have like a little.
put me on edge every time I
But
see
they
them.
can show their skills, couldn't they?
Yeah.
But you obviously know more as well,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah, we
You've
have
had
them
to help
involved in the
there, haven't you?
consultation, yeah. And I'd say if you're going to do a consultation around it, hire out Costa Coffee or somewhere similar. When we did our consultation, we hired out Costa Coffee one evening. Best attended consultation I've ever seen in my life.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think we did have a consultation
Costa
down
did
there,
that
didn't
one.
we?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that might be a better place to be.
Yes,
We
it
down
did.
there.
Yeah,
But
it's
how
good.
did you contact the kids? They just through the schools and stuff?
Yeah.
Especially if you did like something for the kids to kind of take home from the school. Because back in the day, it was around like the middle school, high school, that if they had something they took home, because of their younger brothers and sisters, older brothers and sisters, that normally would involve the parents as well. So then you've got like a big group that actually turned up and doing that through the schools with that information worked on the old Nazis. I mean, we had 3 schools. Well, you've got a couple of, are they private?
Yeah, two primaries.
So I mean, they always put stuff in the bag. What if you did something?
Well,
they would put it in their book bag.
They
and then
email
turn
it all
on.
out now, to be fair, because
Yeah.
I've emailed them some of our stuff and they've emailed it, and also because my kids at school, I then get my own email.
Yeah,
back
high
to
school,
myself.
high school has to do the same.
Exactly, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's all digital
Do
now,
it that way.
but yeah.
And then, because normally when the kids and the younger brothers and sisters, they're all wanting
Yeah.
to.
Absolutely, well that's one of our things that we're now doing,
Right, well, that's the way
is
we
advertising through the schools as
get the
well.
word out to the kids then.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
parents.
You've got all of it, go by version.
But if your socials are good, these
Yes.
people will follow these pages, and they'll follow these. I mean, some of the photos we had at the skate park opening, these BMXs doing some. People thought these photos had been taken in America, you know. And I said, no, hashtag Novulsion. You know, this is our.
Yeah, we need to start
So-
hashtagging.
And that's
Yes.
the sort of thing. If you know, get
And
the
also-
social content that appeals to everybody.
I think that this kind of content would be really good for like our Instagram page when we
Yeah,
set up our
definitely.
Instagram, it's that kind of
And then
thing.
hashtag all the good things you put about
Yeah.
skating and just, and that's.
Yeah.
It's all about, isn't it? It's about social, and because kids don't use Facebook so much, they use
Facebook
Instagram
is
and they use
TikTok.
TikTok, so we could have a TikTok
But I
account.
don't know how long it's going to take for the council to agree for me to have a TikTok account. account. I think that's going to be some time in the making. So Instagram for now, and Nextdoor, and Facebook, and then I'll work on the TikTok. We'll get there.
At the last meeting, didn't we have quite a bit of discussion about access and some of the
We
issues?
did.
And it
Yes.
has been, I noticed in the minutes
Yes.
that something further is
Yes.
going to
I
happen.
think it was went to, I think it went to DNA, was it the DNA?
Oh, I've got some quotes for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's
So
going to be
widen
quite a
the
lot of money,
access.
but it's safer. Because it's safer for my grounds team as well
Yes,
when
yeah.
they move the tractor in, because the other day the tractor, Michael Gave won't go in that. He's now driving the tractor, he won't go in that side, let me parks on the side and then takes his wheel up and like that here. And so to open that gate up, especially with the crossing as well, would be so
So
much.
it's a new set of gates basically then, isn't it?
Costs a lot of money, but yeah.
Well, it seems silly to have such a small entrance to a field that you could
Yeah.
use for staff.
Yeah. But it's only for
It's
vehicles for
future-proofing,
events, it's
isn't
not,
it?
it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
normally,
yeah.
isn't it?
No, no, it's not, so it's good for our brand next year.
Well, although the graffiti probably would all be done, but.
Yeah. In all honesty though,
Graffiti walls or.
these 4 events that I've kind of suggested, I would love for these to grow and evolve each year. So I don't want them to be a one-shot wonder. I would love to do a version this year. What works, we carry on. What doesn't work, replace it. And they're going to evolve.
Yeah.
Build.
But for your wellbeing, you could have a poet's day or
Literary,
a literary day or
absolutely,
something.
There's so many elements. I mean,
How lively is the best library in the county?
that's going to be a whole thing unto itself eventually. We've just got to begin it. So.
Can you just repeat what you just said?
Our library is one of the best ones in the county.
Good, second that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's really good.
absolutely
It is, yeah. Lucy Charles always tells me it's one of the best.
After the forum, it's the most used library in the county after I think Wimbledon.
Really? Wow. That doesn't surprise me. I think it's a cracking place.
But, you know, you can talk forever and a day about persuading people to have a larger premises, but it never goes anywhere.
Well, and they're doing a great job where they are now.
But it's,
Well, once I came to you were talking about closing them, weren't they? So,
at the moment, they seem to, they've been protected.
yeah, good, good thing too.
But what the future is, I don't know.
Okay, so we'll move on then. So item 11 is lake sort of things. So we've kind of already talked about what support the council can give to groups and charities. We then can work on some sort of wording for that. Does anybody else have anything else before we round up?
Can I just mention, may I just mention,
Yeah.
I know Bob and others will know about this, but we being the North Walsham Community Network, having a real push on promoting volunteering throughout the whole town. And we are holding a meeting, which is the meeting of the Community Network, on the 10th of March. And to try and make it more accessible, we've got a morning and a sort of late afternoon session. And the event itself, which we're hoping to hold a volunteer fair, is going to be in June the 6th, I think it is. Saturday, June the 7th, which is the end of volunteer week in the year. But if it's possible to promote any organisation that might want to think about
Could we
taking on
have a
volunteers.
digital copy of this? And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
put it
sure.
on the website, it can't be on Facebook, so if you could send me that.
Yeah. Okay, well,
And also, I've already put night, but we've got our town meeting coming up in April. I'd quite like to do what we done last year, we all come and have presentations.
yes.
I will be asking groups to do that again, whether we have a head, I think there might be a lot of public comes, so we might. We want to try and promote it a lot better and
Plenty of positive messages.
try and get positive messages. and
When's
not
the
negative.
fair being held?
Sorry?
The fair that you're having on in June, is that?
That's going to be, no, that's going to be in the community centre.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a big bash, but a different version of
We're trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
But yes, it is. It's
That's
a
fine, but then.
volunteer fair.
Eighth is a Tuesday. first, is it the first or the eighth?
Okay,
Write it in on it.
so, was there anything else, or shall we conclude? Yeah?
Anything else from me? I don't think. We've covered lots of useful ground there.
Yeah, I
You've
think.
got lots of actions.
Yeah, they're like my never-ending list of stuff to do, but no, that's fine, so I'll write some minutes up, I'll distribute those, and then I'll work on proposals, so I'll get as many as I can into the full council, but I think it's the full council meeting. So next date, 13th of March, the Thursday, is that acceptable to everybody? Just check my calendar. So I think, yeah, second Thursday, is that all right? Generally? Yeah, okay, so we'll say, all right, well, if there's nothing else, then 7:51. Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last year, because it was a full event, you had all the Thursday markets and Sunday markets on there.
Or,
Yeah.
The website, we did one at a time, I sent the list of came from sheet.
because, you're.
Oh, that's okay, you're in contact with me, I think.
Yes, yeah, she's very helpful,
Right.
and several sessions with her. She's very, evangelical with most things.